Empty roads in twilight dark, shadows whisper, feel the spark. Lonely paths the woods can hide, ghosts of memories side by side. Moonlight breaking through the trees, whispering winds, a gentle breeze, silent echoes from the past. Footsteps fade, but echoes last. Moonlight breaking through the trees, whispering winds, a gentle breeze, silent echoes from the past. Footsteps fade, but echoes last. Ghosts of the backwoods calling now, lost in the night, they twist and shout. Echoes of time never fade away, in the backwoods they will stay. Ancient songs from voices old, stories of hearts that once were bold. Deep in the forest, secrets lie, hidden tears that never dry. Flickering lights in shadows roll, backwoods whispers lead me home. Silent specters dance and play, guiding through the night of day. Moonlight breaking through the trees, whispering winds, a gentle breeze, silent echoes from the past. Footsteps fade, but echoes last. Ghosts of the backwoods calling now, lost in the night, they twist and shout. Echoes of time never fade away, in the backwoods they will stay.
All right, let's get the tunes going. Let's get a Discord link pinned. Nobody's in the Discord. Nobody in my Discord. Pop chat out over here. We'll pin that. close that down. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's check the overhead screen here. We gotta straighten this out a little bit. Things are all out of whack. All out of whack here. There we go. Now we're back in there. It's been a while since I've done it after dark. It's been all straight up coin streams. We are going to tonight we're going to kill this box of Weiss Schwarz. Last 3 packs. That is on the agenda. And we've got to scope. I've got to get these 1990s out of this jar. So I just fill up these small jars with certain decades from the roll hunts, and then put them under the scope all together in one jar's worth. So and that jar is full, and I gotta get it empty so I can put more 1990s in it. I think we'll use the after dark streams to knock those jars down. I've got to get my books out. From the looks of things, it's all right. We'll party by ourselves. Because we don't particularly care here in the backwoods. All right, well, let's do one pack. Definitely better art. See, my mic's gonna get finicky tonight, probably. An uncommon fat cat Yan. They like made her with no nose. I mean, she's got a nose, but it's like you can barely see it. An uncommon powering up Miranda. Still not the best start. It should be the rare. Nope, one more uncommon. Class Clown Anise, or who knows what that is. Pronounce it as you will. Better art. Probably the card of the pack so far. And here is the rare Micah Snow Buddy. Not the best rare. And really not a great landscape card for the first pack of the night. Not good. Definitely the card of the pack. Which is actually kind of sad with that being the pack of the card of the pack. All right, let's see if we can get the brand new scope to do what we want it to do here tonight. Because we are running a brand new 10-inch screen scope. Which should be pretty cool. Get our camera set right here. With any luck, it will not stink and fall. And let's start working through some of these 90s. I think this is the 1990 jar. Yeah, this is the 19. I got to get this jar empty, so. That's what we're doing this evening. I have to pull up my nickel information. And then we're moving on from it. Kind of cool. My new microscope come with a little remote control and stuff to zoom, but all right, let's get me my chat back. Oh, and I lost it again. There we go. 98, nothing really in 98, so we're just looking at anything we can maybe find. This scope is phenomenal. As long as I can hit the coin with it. '98 still got steps. Holy smokes. But I don't see anything that is gonna 88D. See anything that gonna force us. Another 98 with steps. 94. There's a double die reverse on 94Ps, but this is a D. That looks like it might just be strong. Yeah, that's actually on the end there. That's more likely after mint damage. Take an hour get through these 90s. 96D. There's really not a lot to look for in the 1990s. A little bit of after mint damage on the nose. Should be able to spin through these 1990 nickels pretty darn quick. Still steps. But not the P. Not the Philadelphia that we're looking for. Another damaged nose. If I can empty this small 90s jar tonight, I'll be doing well. Ooh, this one's seen some love. '7 Philadelphia. I don't know if 98 Denver's got a double die on the mint mark or not, but that sure looks like it. Definitely something going on there with that D, but I'm not confident that. Know of a mint mark for 98D. Could be wrong. I don't see one. Not a document, so we're gonna say probably not. Zoom back out. It looks like a D. Yeah, it looks like a D. Most definitely. I was just seeing if there was any known double die for it or repunched mint mark. Nothing, no, we're going to pass on it. Won't even hit the maybe. Unum is well worn out. Coach, what's up? What's new? We're doing an after dark. First one in a long time. You missed the first pack of cards. That was the pull of the pack right there, and it's not even a rare. We'll do some coins. We'll crack some packs. I've kind of figured it out that like the after dark streams are going to be a little more all over the place. But if you see a thumbnail of coin collecting, it's going to be a very specific stream. Brand new scope tonight. 10-inch scope. I don't do any baseball. I was never a baseball fan. Even as a kid, I never grew up as a baseball fan. $91D. So there is a double die on the E pluribus unum on the back for a 91 Denver. We'll give the front a check. And we're going to be too worn to actually make a determination. So we'll just give it a quick poof. Rough shape. I do football though. You will see football on After Darks occasionally. 98D, nothing really on this one. Boy, this new scope is, like I said it earlier, phenomenal when I was playing with it earlier today. And I can zoom 18 more times in than what I'm at right now. But yeah, no, never got into baseball. Yeah, I got the hotkey for the Packer cards when we hit them. I don't like to show it unless I hit a Packer card. You missed the Minions. Have you seen the Minions on these streams? The card streams? I gave that one card the Minions, probably before you got in. Doesn't look like there's anything on that. So these are all going to be in the 1990s. Well, right now this is not on any zoom. So like I'll put the D there. This is right now just 0 zoom, but it's basically as focused in as the scope can get and as far down. But I can go like there's 2. It's touchy. It'll skip a little bit sometimes. Like there's 9. If I hold it down, I'm going to come into 18. So we're going to be able to see stuff when we need to see it, which is awesome. And just for me personally, I don't know if you probably can't tell, but it's a 10-inch screen now instead of a 7-inch. Because my other one, which is, I guess you can see it. It's on the table here. That's a 7-inch screen, where this upgraded one is a 10-inch screen. So, I mean, you can kind of get in a little bit more. I probably will leave it like this constantly and then just use the zoom button. And then it's got a remote that will zoom it too. But there's buttons on the screen that'll do the same thing, so. And the buttons are a little more on the screen. They're a little more defined than on the remote, so probably won't do a whole lot of remote use when I zoom into 18. This obviously was an ender at some point. So I don't know if you've ever been in, Coach, when I've explained it, but what I do is when I do the coin roll hunts, after I do a hunt stream, I essentially sort them all, and all the 90s go into one of these smaller jars. There's, I don't know how many, nickels one of these jars hold, but then once a jar is essentially full, or I want to like get it kind of emptied, then I'll do one of these streams where I'm just going to scope the whole jar of whatever decade is there. There's a 94p, and this one's in a little better shape, so we've got a chance at that double die reverse on the I think it's on the Unum. Of course, this one looks like it's pretty well worn. We'll look close just to see if a double die stands out on anything, since my notes in front of me don't specify where this double die is supposed to be. It seems like a lot of the 90s are up in this E Pluribus Unum, if you're going to get one. So essentially kind of what I do is, I mean, the coins get like at least 2 looks at for possible errors and stuff. Obviously the first time as it comes out of the roll on a roll hunting stream. And then if it's not, and those, like all of my hits, my 1960s or older, I'll send them under the scope in that roll hunting stream. But then like anything that's not a 60s or older goes in a pile, goes in one of these jars, and then this jar will hit essentially what I'm calling a scope stream sometime in the future. And then like anything tonight that I'm not finding an error on is going to end up being recycled back into the bank for more rolls. Quarters will kind of be fun because there's so many errors on quarters that you can you can kind of chase. But like, I don't know, I've just decided I want to scope every coin just in case, you know, because people end up saving like die chips, and I think you and I have talked about it before, Coach, where, you know, if you find a good die chip or die crack or something, it's worth saving, even if I don't eBay it. So here's a better looking, at least, I mean, you can really tell that this is a shinier 98. Still got luster to it. Nothing that stands out, and there's nothing on 98s. Bogdani, welcome in. Appreciate you swinging by. You've stumbled into what I call the After Dark streams, which is a mix of a lot of my coin collecting and then a pack of something every now and then. Adjust this a little bit. And with any luck, I don't knock the camera off the desk at all during the night. If you hang around it all bog, you're gonna realize that my channel is kind of all over the place. Mostly coins and cards. A little bit of comics, but not as heavy in the comics. It'll be few and far between that you see comics. Alright, 91D, we got a chance for Pluribus Unum on the backside. But thanks for saying it's awesome. I would say there's a very few people that, I guess, tolerate me. And doesn't look like the wear isn't that bad, but I don't see any separated serifs or anything, so we're gonna pass that by and say no. Still got steps though. A lot of these 90s seem to still have steps. I don't know if they were just better struck coins or what. Where's my connection? Connection's still pretty good. That's cool. 96p. I'd like to find a big die chip on something. Yeah, I don't know this. I'm guessing this jar, the 90s jar. Well, I'm already almost halfway through it, so it ain't going to take too long to do these smaller jars. Kind of nice because I kind of like not using like bigger jars and then having to tackle it. I mean, these are actually they're spice jars is what they actually are if you find them in the store. So I was like, those will be perfect because then I don't have to go through like a mayonnaise jar worth of coins. When one of these gets full, it'll like essentially trigger me to say, hey, I got to do a scope stream on them. Nice gash there. A little mintier 99 Philadelphia. Coach, did you see, or were you in here when I pulled the 1907 penny 2 days ago? Almost looks like there's some doubling on the lettering there. But this coin is in good enough shape where I think you're gonna really be able to see strike doubling pretty well. And if it's in too good a shape, you end up getting a glare off the letter's edge, which sometimes is hard to... You know, I mean, you can definitely see an outline, but it's not a double die. Yeah, I'm gonna actually take it into the shop I typically go to tomorrow because there's some questions I got on it. It's gonna be a coin where we're gonna talk about again. Not that I don't think it's not real. So I'm getting off track here, but not that I don't think it's not real, but I think it's hard to tell from the video and on screen. So you might be able to see. I don't know if it's gonna. Do you see the iridescent shine that this has got? It's a 1907. Now, it's not supposed to have an iridescent shine. That's more the typical look that you should have. But you see how there's also something on the back that looks like it over time has worn off or something? So I'm going to take it into the guy that I know will know. And I'm going to say, hey, I think it's real. Take it easy, Bog. Thanks for stopping in. I know it's real, or I'm 95% sure, maybe even more, that it's real. But I think something, see there you can pick it up. I'm going to say I think somebody dipped it or coated it and then didn't do the other side. The only thing that could be an explanation for this, I don't know if it's cleaned. The only other explanation, because I mean, it's not like there's any globbing to it. I mean, it almost looks like it was professionally done. So if it was done. The only other explanation for it is, which I highly doubt. I mean, I'm 99% sure it's not. But all of these older years, they did have proofs. And if you read in the mega red, like the big red book, not the one most people use, they will say the proofs have an iridescent kind of shine to them, and that's what indicated a proof. The problem is, and the reason I do not think it is one, Coach, is in 1907 there were only 1,500 of them made. So I'm leaning towards somebody messed with this coin to some extent. We'll find out tomorrow, and I'll probably bring it up in a video again. Because I just can't buy the fact that it's a proof that has the back of it has been essentially worn off, but the front is still minty. You want to scope it? We'll scope it. I haven't had it under this new scope, actually. And it's not that the coin's not worn. The coin, I mean, the headband is basically gone. You know, there's no Liberty there. There's still a little bit of detail in feathers and stuff that you can see here. But right here you can see this is essentially a coated coin. But is it legitimately one of the proofs? Or is it not? I'm saying it's not, just because that's the way you have to lean. I mean, there's only 1,500 of them minted. And if you flip it, like I said, to me, this is more what your typical regular minted one's going to look like, minus that. See there, it has the coating there, or whatever it is. But there's a part of me that's like, okay, if you're gonna do that to this coin, if I'm gonna do it, why am I gonna do the obverse and not completely do the reverse of it? Or is it just something that it did wear off over time? Because you can see where this, whatever this coating is, and I think it's the same iridescent material, you know, leaked over here to the rim and essentially leaked all the way down and around the rim there. Or, you know, like I was saying, Coach, was the reverse done and truly it wore off the reverse since 1907? I don't know. I just wouldn't put my money on it that it's one of the original proofs. If I was to bet $100, my $100 bet would be that's somebody screwing with that coin. Now, I think it's a real coin. I think it's a real 1907 Indian head, without a doubt. It weighs out right and stuff. You know, it's if it's off at all, it's maybe 1/10 of a gram off, but it weighs out right. Well, it's actually, when I weighed it, it was less than 1/10, so it weighs out right. So, you know, I'm gonna tell my guy when I bring it into him, be like, I think it's real. I just think it's been messed with, and we'll see if he goes, no, I think you got one of the proofs. I went back to the scope and didn't switch over. It's like just a good worn 90. I just want to get through this jar of 90s tonight. 94p, here's another possible DDR. I mean, a lot of this isn't probably worth taking too much time looking at. See, even if there was a double die, this coin's not going to show it. Okay. All right, let's do it again then, Coach. If you kind of spotted that, I mean, I didn't look at it that close. You think it like pooled or something? I mean, I think regardless, it's gonna be darker in the crevices and stuff. Were you talking about this right here? I just look at it in the sense of okay, if I'm the one that's going to mess with this 1907 Indian head, and I'm going to try to code it to maybe make it look like a proof. I mean, I did such a good job on the front. You know, what's the deal with the reverse then? In reality, what's the deal with the reverse either way? Whether it's an original or somebody messed with it. I mean, it don't make any sense either way to me. Because if I'm going to mess with it, I'm going to mess with it completely and finish the job. It'll be very interesting to see what my guy says tomorrow. I'm going to do a hunt tomorrow, what I'm now calling a 3, 2, and 1 hunt. 3 rolls of nickels, probably 2 rolls of pennies, and a roll of dollars. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1. Cleaned front, glue spot on reverse. When I first saw the reverse, that's what I thought. I was like, that looks like it maybe is a glue spot or something. But as I look closer, I can see where it is. Like, it's either run, and to me it seems like it ran down and then around the edge of the bottom of the coin. But it wasn't until after I ended the stream that I actually, pulled it out of the roll on, that I started looking at it, and I noticed the iridescent front coating look. I didn't notice that in the video or in the live stream that I actually pulled it out of the roll on. So, like I said, I'm confident it's a real 1907 Indian head, which regardless is an awesome pull. I mean, how cool is it to pull that? But I think it's a messed with coin. And even if it wasn't a messed with coin, let's just say it was, we didn't have any of that iridescent coating that we have on it. It's still probably a $2 or $3 coin in the condition it's in, because the headband is well worn. I mean, it's not $100 coin. It's probably a $2 or $3 Indian head. I had somebody on the video. I think I did a short of when I pulled it. I turned it into a short on the channel, and I had somebody comment, that the headband's well worn, and something else. And I said, yeah, I completely agree. But I don't really collect for value. I'm not that kind of collector. And I said, it's just cool to me to essentially pull something that old. That S really looks like back in the day it could have been doubled. I think you and I are probably agreeing, that it's a messed with coin. Another possibility that I could see, the guy I'm going to take it to says, is that it is a minting process mess up to where that back should have been coated more. And it truly is one of the proofs, but I just wouldn't put any amount of money on it. I think it's going to turn out exactly what we think it's going to turn out as. A real 1907 Indian head that somebody was stupid with. Unfortunately. Which in reality it doesn't really matter, because even if they didn't mess with it, it's still a $2, $3 coin. It's the age that's worth more than anything to me. All right, we're going to do another, let's say, 10 nickels, and we're going to open another pack of Weiss Schwarz. Got to keep these after darks in chaos mode, as DJ Longhair would say. Just nothing sticking out as a nice die chip or die crack on any of these, really. Holy smokes, we're at an hour. We're at 50 minutes already, Coach. I figured I was going to do this in an hour. This will probably be a 2-hour stream tonight. But that's because we got off track on that 1907. I don't do a lot of like standalone, just recorded type videos. Most of my recorded videos on the channel come out of lives. Ooh, that was an ender, or went through a machine of some sort. But depending on what that coin decision comes out tomorrow, I may just do a video on it, or I'm just going to talk about it in a live and maybe cut it out. This one hardly even worth looking at. Yeah, that was about half that small jar. But I don't know what time I'm going to do. Did I look at the back of that? I don't think so. If I was looking at the front, I probably didn't look at the back. I'm going to probably do a hunt in the morning tomorrow before I actually go to the coin shop. I just don't know what time. I'll probably do a hunt about 9 o'clock or so tomorrow morning. Do a 3-2-1 coin roll hunt. Especially since I'm going to be refreshed on the 1990 jar. It's stinking getting hot in my office. I gotta turn the fan on. Watch that mess up half my electronics. A lot of these just going to be too much pocket wear to really come out with anything. I'll for sure make this a 2-hour stream though. It's not going to take another hour to get through the last half of this small jar. Just so much that catches your eye on these older ones that have a lot of pocket wear and stuff. There's a 95. Hard to pick up on a die chip or something that may not stand out real well on a well circulated coin. So the first hour will be coffee, and the second hour will be my unheard of soda. My daughter dropped one off to me tonight. One coin, and we're gonna do a pack of White Schwartz for everybody who's not in here. It's amazing how like some of the details on coins will stay and then others are just gone. I mean, these steps aren't bad for 94, 95, and that's the highest point on a nickel. And this was definitely an ender at some point. Don't see it up there, but probably comes around, yep, through Monticello there. And through the 5 cents there. Kind of cool when you have looked at things enough to know what you're looking at. All right, let's do a pack. This is what After Dark and the Chaos streams are about. If you ever see I don't know if anybody's in here, but if you ever see a thumbnail where it's coin collecting, it's gonna be straight up coin collecting stream. You ain't gonna have these tangents. This is the After Dark and the Backwoods tangents. Remember Me Delta. I'm not really, I don't know if I'm a fan of the art in this set or not. CIW Anchor. CIWS Anchor. Another one that they don't put a nose on. BDG Uni. Here's a triple rare. So the arts in the triple rare should be better. For crying out loud. As long as we're with Friends Naga. I'm not thrilled with that card. An uncommon Pepper Therapy Pepper. I don't like how they named these cards either in this set. An uncommon DeCapo area. I don't know who she is. And the rare is, so the the double rare was a hit in the pack. R&D shot Dala. And not impressed. Bunny X, Bunny times 7, 70, I don't know. I mean, you always gotta be happy about getting a bunny card. Geez, the landscape card's actually the card of the pack. That's unfortunate. I'll give it the card of the pack. It's kind of unfortunate. Alright, one pack to go for the night. Let's go back to the nickels. Get this rolling. Half of this 90s jar to go. At some point I should like see what in general these small jars hold. Of course, it's always going to be different. $91D, possibility of a Pluribus Unum double die if it's in good enough shape. Yeah, it might be in good enough shape to see it if it's there. I really don't see anything at all there. I can't even say I see double striking. Nope, not there. Yeah. A seen better days. How did I even know this was a 90? It's a 91. It's another 91D, it looks like. But if that's any indication, we're not going to see anything on the backside. Little piece of blue something there. Oh, look at this. Look at the 5 cents. Gonzo. Good luck finding double die there. That's going back to the bank. Coach, you still hanging out, or am I partying by myself? What year is this? Because 98, I don't have anything. So this, I think, is a perfect example of double striking and not a double die. Because all everything is even. Right there. I might set this one aside just to research it a little bit more. I don't know. The Essence States is there. A good doubling on the E, but I think it's double striking and not double die. Because I don't want to, I can't really see there's 2 serifs there. Inside of the D here. Right there. I'm going to set it aside. But I think it's just an excellent example of double striking or machine or mechanical doubling. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be what we're looking for. Beautiful example of double striking. Sometimes I like to save them just when they're that good of an example of what's not double die. So we'll do this bunch of coins here, and we'll do the last pack of cards, and then we'll do the last bit of nickels, and that'll make the stream. We'll be back in the morning at some point for a roll hunt. Yeah, I definitely need to turn that fan on in the office here. Oh, my daughter's got the heat cranked up or what? Nothing there. Don't look like anything is there. And it looks like my nickel tube is full. Yeah, I'm over full on it, so I'm going to quit doing those. try to get into a routine of like going through the coin all in the same way. Just looking for the big die chip or crack or something that's going to stand out. Spun this one once. $94p. E pluribus unum. Documented double die, but definitely does not look there. Boy, it looks like there might have been at some point on that 5, especially on the cents, but it's going to fall into that category of I don't like to call it when it's not without a doubt. All right, we got an hour left to pull this stream on. 99D. Probably just wear. $90D. This might be the no, we've seen a 90, so this is not the oldest coin we've had in.
Well, I woke up early in the driving rain, found John's out hitting on the liquor again. It wasn't too late, about 10:30 when he let loose what the cat dragged in. It was a Sunday.
Seeing a lot of where it looks like cents end up having it, but just too worn to make any call. 97p.
Time in a backwoods town, ain't nothing to do 'cause there are nothing around. Deputy sheriff ran around the block, but the streets are empty and the doors are locked.
So this I am going to save because that looks like for some reason that I in Monticello got struck through or something. This is going to be another one I'm going to save and just kind of look at. Do a little more research on, because I have not heard or heard anything or researched anything on having a really light, almost non-existent eye in Monticello. So. Everything else looks like it's strong. It's stuff like that I'm looking for. Just oddities. Stuff that's, I mean, die chips. Other than like the modern quarters now, die chips really aren't that well documented from what I understand. Modern quarters, everybody kind of knows what you're looking for when you look at quarters, depending on what quarter it is. But that missing eye is kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is gone, but it's just normal wear. But that missing eye, all the others are nice, strong strikes, so the eye should be there. I noticed this when I picked this coin up. See the color change? Very dark here and it's still got sheen right there. Nice cheek gash. Nothing that's going to get it set aside, though. I always kind of visually check the roof. A lot of times you'll find a die chip on the roof or something. Swig of coffee. Fine, 10:30. We ain't doing too bad. That is the coffee for the evening. 15 more nickels. We're going to do the last pack of white. Ooh. I think that D is just basically damaged to the point where it almost looks like you might have some doubling. I don't have anything listed as a 97 for we're gonna move on. 91P. Well, there ain't gonna be too much kept out of this jar of 1990s. Not a die crack or chip to be found. Beat. 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 Holy smokes, talk about beat. Probably was an ender at some point. He's kind of looking like a zombie. I think we got a zombie Jefferson. $93D. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. What, 6, 7 more coins, and then we do another pack of cards. $95D. Pretty beat reverse. Not going to be anything there, I can tell you that. $99D. Another seen better days. Geez, I gotta look at 98D. Pretty sure that's just damage, but there's nothing even documented. Sure does look like it'd be a double though, doesn't it? But I definitely try to get myself into the habit of not overthinking it. 94p, another double die reverse. Let's see where the reverse double die is. 4p. If it's even in this book. What cherry pickers? Not in there either, so I don't know where this double die is going to be on the reverse of a 94 Philadelphia. Regardless, if it's not in good enough shape, you ain't going to find it. The reverse isn't in terrible shape, but probably not good enough to find a double die. Last coin, then we're going to do a pack of cards. The last pack of Weiss Schwartz for the night. The last pack of the box. Another 94p. Well worn. Ooh, well worn around the rim. Yeah, this one is not going to be anywhere near good enough to pick up the double die. Not on the building or anything, so who knows where that one's supposed to be. Alright, let's switch over. That much more in the jar. Last pack of Weiss Schwartz Nike of the box. Last pack probably of the stream. And then the last couple nickels. It'd be amazing if this was like a big hit out of the box. Words can kill sin. Remember Me Delta. It looks like there's a nicer card coming. I don't know if that's a rare. That might be better than a rare. I don't know. A common Climax Julia. Oh, it is. It's an SR. Is this the SR? It's an SR. Double boost leader. And it's kind of disappointing art. Like the most cards have been tonight. An uncommon Pepper Therapy Pepper. We've hit that earlier today. Is this going to be the rare? No, another uncommon Rappy Classic Vacation. This should be the rare. Proceeding with the plan, Rappy. So obviously this is going to be the same girl, I'm guessing. Yep. And ACPU freeze on the landscape card. So I don't know, card of the pack probably has to go with, probably has to be her. Words can kill sin. So 3 packs tonight that were less than impressive to end that box of cards. Alright. Let's flip back here. Last handful of nickels. We can wipe the 90s jar clean. The 90s can start to be refilled. readjust here a little bit. Make sure the view is semi-decent. There. Last handful of 1990s. 91D. So there's an E pluribus unum double die on it, but looking like it might be too worn of a coin to pull it off. Definitely does not look there. D. Seen better days.
I was born up in the mountain, raised by an old grizzly bear.
I like this tune.
I was born up in the mountain, raised by an old grizzly bear.
Kind of cool how the field is kind of darkened and then everything else is kind of stayed white, silver.
I rose up with the sunlight and the moon, she called me to sleep.
95p
I rose up with the sunlight,
with very little rim.
she called me to sleep. My dreams came by to guide me, but they were not mine to hold or to keep.
$99D. Nothing out of the ordinary on the frontage.
I was 3, I done had me my first kill. By the time I was 3, I done had me my first kill. I learned that for surviving, some blood surely had to be spilled.
25 coins, maybe.
By the time I was 10, I was left out in the forest all alone. By the time I was 10, I was left out in the forest all alone. Well, Master Death came by to see me, but I told him I wasn't ready to go. No. You can take your skull-bone face
Nothing exciting.
out this place, I ain't gonna go. Hell no. I'm gonna live. Go back to the river Styx, I ain't gonna go. It ain't my time to die, no. Leave me alone.
Just got a notice on my phone. I think the raccoons in the bird feeder again. Alright, I don't know, about 20 coins left here. Time to crack. Let's try this. I don't usually do this segment at night streams, but pomegranate. I don't really like pomegranate with hibiscus. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of unfiltered Bruce Cost ginger ale. Made with fresh ginger. Like I said, I'm not a pomegranate. So. And I don't usually do this unheard of soda thing on the after dark streams. It's more for the coin hunt streams, but we'll do it anyways. I think this is going to be terrible. Yeah. That's horrid. Yeah, that's horrid. I knew I didn't like pomegranate. I think most of that bottle's getting dumped the hell out. That will go on the do not buy again list. My daughter might have done that on purpose. Nothing there. Yeah, probably 20 nickels left. Always like to look around in the hair and stuff. Try to find a die chip. Look like there's going to be anything on the front of that one. Well worn up top. Definitely something going on with the end right there, but that's just damage. try to make it out to be something it's not. Here's a little bit shinier coming out of the 90s jar. 92D. Shiny, but still warm. Well, at least I will have the 90s jar empty after this. Nothing on the bottom half. Oh, we got 10 more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 more coins, and we're calling it. We're gonna save that one last because that one's minty. Might be a 1990s worth saving. Good gash through the forehead. That probably hurt. Maybe a little something on the M. Not worth getting excited about. D. So here's a E pluribus unum possibility if it's in good enough shape on the back. To it, it's in good enough shape. If it would have been the double die version, we probably would have seen it. Definitely at some point was probably an ender. Ring of Death goes right through 5 cents. Back up. Didn't really see it on that side of the building though, did we? Oh yeah, it's there. Yeah, I think After Dark will probably end up being a 2-hour stream at least. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, and 1 roll hunts though might be closer to an hour. No roof die chips. Looks like about 8 coins left. And I'm calling it a stream for the night. And the 1990s jar will be back to empty. Oh, this one's in terrible shape. You look like could have a little bit going on, but probably just damage. I lost the point. 94p. Better shape one, so maybe we've got a shot at the reverse. Don't look like it. I don't know if it's supposed to be strong doubling or not. But I'm saying it's not there. Something very blue. Three coins left. 3 nickels left in the 90s jar. And the 90s empty. Nothing on the front. Too worn there to make any decision. Another one that was obviously an ender at some point in its life. Probably follow it around. Yeah, kind of lose it there a little bit. There it goes right over the top of the 5. Nothing there. 2 coins. 2 nickels left. 140 for a stream tonight. $99p. Something there in Sterling Liberty. There's something in God We Trust there, but I'm not seeing double serifs. Not really. Maybe? Cane Shaker. I'm going to say machine doubling on that one. You're catching me at the end. Down to the last nickel. I had to empty the 90s jar because it was overflowing. So if I want to do a coin hunt tomorrow, I got to have a 90s jar that can take some more coins. Save this one for last because this one is minty for being a 90. I don't know what it is. This one might get set aside. $93p. What are you up to tonight, Cane Shaker? Ooh, not as nice as I thought it was with the naked eye. Don't look like there's anything there. What was this? A 93B? Nothing known on 93s. Some pretty good rim damage. Nothing on the roof and nothing there. So that is the 90s jar. Strolling around the interweb. And you can't really see it, but got a jar for these are just I don't know, does it say how many ounces these are? They're like spice jars that you'd buy for your kitchen. And as I roll hunt, I have these jars marked as like 90s or the 80s, you know, essentially in decades, separating the decades out. And then once they get filled, I'll probably do like a stream like tonight where I just go through and I wear gloves when I'm coin roll hunting them. When I'm opening the rolls and initially kind of looking at through them, I'll wear my black glove. I got a box of nice ones, actually. They're good gloves. I call it black glove or black glove love for when I roll hunt. But these coins that I essentially are just sending like a whole decade worth of a certain date under the microscope. If there's not a die chip on it or a die crack or something that I choose to set it aside for, these coins are all going to get recycled back into the bank for, you know, essentially buying more rolls. So they were initially, when they came out of the roll, I did initially wear the gloves when I was roll hunting them. I don't know if that makes any sense. A lot of times I'll explain things and it makes no sense. I'm gonna check. So let's do I'm gonna do a quick recap here of what I did set. I set aside 2 coins. as my camera goes. That's the first time I've done that tonight, so I'm doing well. I probably should tilt things. That doesn't really make a difference. Alright, there we go. So I set 2 aside in the whole jar. This one... Why did I set this one aside? Now I gotta find it. Oh. Is this the... Okay, so this was what I felt was a really good example of double striking or machine doubling, where this S is doubled, and you can really kind of see it in the E and somewhat in the inside of the D here, but the E shows it really good there. The S probably the best. Let's take a look at some of the other letters. I mean, this E and S, just awesome. But it's double striking. I'm not classifying it as double dyeing or a double dye, just because I don't think there's enough serif separation there. I mean, somebody could argue with me, I guess. But I'm looking at this S, the serif on this S being straight here. To me, that's that metal just getting cut off and essentially moved over. It's not truly double dyeing. But I'm setting that aside because it's such a good example of it. I mean, it might even be in America here. I don't know. Little bit. Seems like the S's really showed it well. It's not so much in cents or probably 5. So that's why that one got saved. Just because of the example it is of what is double striking. And this one is the other one that I set aside, a 97p. Just because of that right there. For some reason, on the strike, I don't know if there was, maybe grease on the die or something, but I mean, if you look at how strong and sharp the MONT is, and then the cello, and for some reason you just lost the I, so I'm saving that one just as an oddball error. This soda is absolutely terrible. Can't believe how bad it is. Yet I'm still drinking it. Just because, I mean, there's something odd about that, because if more of it was gone, if more of the word Monticello was gone and stuff, then I would say, well, it's just pocket wear, it's circulation wear. But it's not consistent enough. There was an issue with the strike on that eye, so that was the other one that was saved out of the jar for the evening. Just a 2-coin recap for the night. I don't think we got any cards left to open. We opened 3 packs of Weiss Schwartz and really didn't hit anything awesome. One SR that, I don't know, somebody might want it, but We'll go back just to wrap the night up. Yeah, exactly, Kane Shaker. That's, I mean, it's not normal, so it's, you know, it's an error of some sort, and people like to save those. And I'm an error hunter, so you know, I will save it and put it in my error book. And let's see, what is the card? Each pack I gave a card of the pack, but now I gotta pick the card of the night. Maybe? No, I think we're gonna go with this one. An actual common card, which is sad. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. This was the card of the first pack, and it's gonna be the card of the night. So, which isn't a very good hit for the night, but I guess you take what you can get, huh? Just like in the coins. Alright, well, I guess that's the stream. Cane Shaker, thanks for swinging in there at the end, anyways. I think tomorrow morning I'm going to end up doing a couple roll hunt, so probably 9ish or so, I don't know. I gotta do it before I start my running around for the day. Yes, Cane Shaker, you too. Have a excellent evening. And I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for everybody who stopped by, hung out for a while. Cane Shaker for sure stopping in here at the end. Coaches, like always, appreciated. Bog Donnie, new for the stream. And I guess we'll see anybody who shows up tomorrow morning if I make it on like I plan to. So take it easy, everybody. I'm going to roll the After Dark outro just because it's been a while since I've done an After Dark stream. We'll see you next time.